All right, so in this video, I'm going to discuss the best passport to escape a dictatorship. Now, what are the typical traits of dictatorships? Usually, you find these kind of countries in the Asias, right? And some typical traits are the government has complete control over its citizens, the monetary policy is tightly regulated, there's capital control restrictions, the members of the oppositions either don't exist or they are jailed. There's lack of religious freedom. The minorities are usually persecuted or put in jail or removed from the country. So there's a lot of persecution of the minorities. One of the biggest challenges in some of these countries is that typically they don't allow dual citizenship. So you can only hold their passport, you cannot hold other passports. Some countries don't even allow you to travel outside. A classic example is North Korea, but that's very extreme. I'm not talking about North Korea, but I'm talking about some of its neighbors. Challenge that these citizens face is that not that they don't want to give up that citizenship, but sometimes you have affiliations, you have properties, you have wealth in these countries, and it's not so easy to just get rid of your citizenship, because the moment you get rid of your citizenship, then there could be drastic consequences. The government can just literally steal everything from you. So you want to be prepared, you want to act smartly. And I wanted to discuss a hack where legally you keep your citizenship but you get another passport. And there is a very interesting use case that I wanted to discuss. So your travel could be confidential. Again, you got to be in compliance with your home country regulations and all that kind of good stuff. But you have a lot of interesting use cases, permutation, combinations, etc. But before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, take a moment and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest developments, changes, hacks, tricks, tips, etc. And I'm also going to discuss later on in the video a very unique residency option where a lot of the Asian countries, in fact, most countries in the world have access to this location. So you don't necessarily have to struggle to get the visas. One of the biggest problems with a country like Paraguay is that if you have the visa free access, you can go and change to a residency. But let's say you don't have a visa free access, then you're struggling applying for visas. They typically won't approve any kind of visa for certain country nationals. So you want to identify a unique residency, which is World War III proof, in my opinion. And at the same time, you can pair that with this passport, right? A different passport. So it's going to be very exciting stuff for these type of nationals. And this is applicable to any citizen, but particularly to citizens that are affected by a dictatorship. I'm going to start off with the passport, then I'm going to end with the residency, because both these two are extremely important. The passport that I'm going to discuss, there's certain countries that allow you to keep a travel passport, meaning you're not a citizen of those country, right? You're not a citizen, so you can keep your home country nationality. So you're not a dual citizen. You're still maintaining your home country citizenship, but you're legally adding or tagging a legal passport to your name. And there are certain countries, even historically, they've had programs where they offer you a travel passport. One of the best travel passports, one of the strongest travel passports that you can obtain without acquiring its citizenship, is the Panama travel passport. It is one of the strongest Latin passports. So you have your home country weak or poor or pathetic passport in some cases. You have this additional Panama passport. Now, I had made a very detailed video regarding the qualifying criteria for the Panama passport. Approximately, you need to earn $800 to $900 in monthly income. For that, you got to create a fixed deposit in the Panamanian bank, and that makes you eligible for the passport. Now, if you've missed that all important video on the detailed criteria on how you acquire the Panama passport, you can check out this video. This has all the details that you need. We have one of the strongest attorneys in Panama that processes cases on this front. So if you are interested in acquiring your Panama travel passport without losing your home country nationality, you can click the link, book a call, and we can get get you started with that option. Now, apart from the Panama passport, that takes care of your travel needs, right? So you're getting a stronger passport, you're getting more access. You don't have to rely on temporary visas like Schengen visa, US visa to get other visa free access. Once you have this travel passport, you're bypassing all those temporary visas. You're directly getting a passport for your travel. And there are certain considerations with this kind of a travel passport, and I have discussed that in great detail in that video, so you can refer to that. Next, what I'm going to discuss is the residency, and this residency is in Latin Americas. It's one of my favorite residencies because it's a quiet, peaceful, calm country, less criminal activity because you have literally the population is scarce. There's beautiful resources, it's laid back, it's rural. So, from a plan B perspective, it has all the ingredients for a great, good life. And I'm talking about the country of Bolivia. Now, Bolivia is not as developed, right? So you have a lot of flexibility inside the country, but there is a way, or there are a couple of ways where you can acquire the Bolivian residency. Apart from it being disconnected, a very safe, disconnected Plan B jurisdiction, the other big benefit with Bolivia is that most passports have visa free access to Bolivia. So you can use your home country passport to strike this residency because you're going to have visa free access. So you can conveniently enter the country and then do your processing for Bolivia. Once you get the residency status, now you will have a Panamanian travel passport or any other travel passport, right, that you like. And then you also have this Bolivian strong, safe, disconnected, off the radar residency. When you pair these two together, I think you have bulletproof security from your draconian regime. So yes, you're operating low, you're still their citizen, you're utilizing their territory, you want to sort your matters, you're trying to flee this dictatorship. So this is your first step. Without losing your home country nationality, you can legally set up your framework. And if you are interested, and again, as I said, we can have the discussion and discuss how this can best fit in your needs. And then in future, once you're safe and secure, once you have completely exited your dictatorship, now certain countries only go down. There are certain things that a lot of people don't like. And the big question is the situation going to improve? Is it going to get better? If you feel the answer is yes, then obviously you believe in it, you can continue. But if you feel that the dictatorship is going down the drain in your lifetime, you're not going to be able to fix it. There's only one way street. Either you go down or you exit. And if you've made your decision to exit, you have a lot of money. This is the time to do the first step. Get your monies out of your draconian home country regime, which is going down. And the second step is then once you've freed your money, once you've removed your attachment from that country, the second step would be to acquire a second nationality. And that really opens up, it gives you maximum freedom because you're going to acquire a good nationality. And then you can then acquire multiple other nationalities. Now, people from, let's say, countries like US, Canada, New Zealand aren't really in this situation. They're not facing dictatorships, so they already have a country which allows dual citizenship. So they are already collecting multiple passports, but this may not be the situation in your case, right? You just have that one pathetic home country passport, which not only has poor access, but it's also a dictatorship. It has pollution, it's less developed, there's corruption, and you want to flee all of this nonsense, right? So the first step is the travel passport, remove your monies, remove your affiliation, yet at the same time keep your home country citizenship till you sort out your matters. Once everything is sorted, you do the next step, which is a strong country citizenship, a Plan A citizenship, where you actually want to live a good life with your family. The third step is then start acquiring multiple other residencies on that passport and start converting those residencies into citizenship. And there's a lot of marketing gimmick. There's some cheap products that, there's some countries that sell outright citizenships. You pay some donation or do some investment, and investments are mostly donations because it's really a waste of money. Those kind of passports are poor. They're really bad unless you're in an emergency. You're trying to literally flee persecution the next day. Maybe you can think something like that, but those are not sustainable long-term solutions. You want a real country with a real citizenship, a real country where you can enter and live your life, not some tiny micronation that's just in the business of selling passports. No, those are okay for very few people, but to be realistic, to have a good life, you want to have good citizenships, good residencies, and that's what our channel is all about. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and catch you in the next one.